Can you really make $10,000 per month by going through Dan Henry's 30-day agency course? Find out in today's video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Aaron here from Break the Internet. Hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. Now, in today's video, we're going to be doing an honest review on Dan Henry's 30-day agency course, and is it something that could really help you make $10,000 per month? Now, before we jump into the actual content, guys, just want to remind you that if you're not already subscribed to this channel for all the best digital marketing agency tips, tricks, and updates, click the subscribe button, also the notification bell to get notified every single time we go live, and of course, stick to the end of this video, and I'll be giving you guys some free resources that you can check out if you are looking to grow your own digital marketing agency. And hint, hint, it's free. Now, really quick disclaimer before we get into this, guys. This video is not made to create drama. It is not made to hate on Dan Henry by any means. But honestly, when I first jumped into the course about a year ago at this point, I honestly wish that there was a review just like this to show me what was some of the good and maybe even some of the not so good, because at the end of the day, testimonial pages are made specifically to show you just the wins, right? It's not going to show you maybe some hardships and other reviews of the thousands of people that went through the program. It only takes bits and pieces of the people that have seen the success. Now, with all of that being said, we're gonna break down this honest review into a couple different sections. Number one, we'll talk about the good parts of the program. Number two, the not so good parts of the course. Number three, who should buy this? Like, who is it for and should you buy it? And then number four, we'll talk about some tips if you do decide to actually make the plunge and buy into the 30-day agency course. So let's get to it. So 30-day agency is marketed as the fastest way to six figures without a boss. So broken down into a couple different modules. He has one that's talking about getting client results, landing your first client, scaling to multiple clients, and then managing your agency. Down at the bottom, it says the total is about $1,000 or two payments of $600, which is pretty normal when it comes to the way that people break down courses. Is if you pay everything at once, you'll pay less than if you do it in 2, 3, 4, or even 5 installments. Now, let's start off with the good parts of the course. Now, I tell everybody that jumps into digital marketing, that wants to start a digital marketing agency and asks about this course, I tell everyone that I am extremely 100%, 1000% thankful for Dan Henry's course. Reason being is it got me introduced to this entire world of marketing. If I wouldn't have seen one of Dan Henry's ads, if I wouldn't have actually jumped into and did a little bit of the research of what I could expect from this program, I would not be where I am today. I would not be able to support my family. I would not be able to do the things that I'm able to do and meet some amazing people if I didn't originally jump into the course. So overall, like, I am always thankful for the course. Now, another really great part of it is that it is a fantastic beginner's course. It goes over a lot of the basics of, Facebook ads, about Facebook, about Business Manager, about all the beginning things that you need to know when you're first starting off your agency. Now, of course, you can go to YouTube and Google and free sources like that, but this just kind of packages everything nicely and of course, just the first steps for creating an LLC, how to process payments, all those things that you actually need to have a digital marketing agency. It just packages everything nicely to have a really great beginner's course. Now, another really great part of it is the community. There are a lot of like-minded people within this group, because think about it. I mean, you're put into this private group with a lot of other people that are very like-minded. They all want to do the same thing. They all want to start a digital marketing agency, and just being a part of that is very intoxicating. I mean, I know when I first jumped in and started telling my friends and family about it, they were like, dude, you're crazy. Like, why would you do that? You just wasted a bunch of money. So it was kind of disheartening to hear that, but then when I was able to tune into the group and talk to people within the group, it was like, okay, these people get it. These people understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a business, and I would have not met a lot of the people that I'm doing business with right now, business partners, friends within the industry, and people that I plan to do, videos with and podcasts in the future. I would have never met those people if I didn't jump into the program. Now, let's jump a little bit more into the not so good. Now, again, this is my personal opinion. This is my own experience within the course. So again, take this with what you will. These are just the things that I've noticed and a couple of things that, through mentoring other people that are trying to grow digital marketing agencies, it's kind of the same thing that they tell me on our first phone calls. So Number one is just you need to remember that you get what you pay for. Expecting to put in $1,000 into a course like this and make $100,000, like that's a pretty good investment. Like if there's any other way to do that, like please let me know because I'd love to jump in on that. So just keep in mind that this is not going to give you every single thing that you need to scale your agency, and you're going to need to look at other forms and other places of learning to actually scale to those heights. Now, again, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm not saying that people haven't done it, but these are just things that I've seen from being connected with people within the group, mentoring other students that have come from this specific program. It's not really attainable for most people. Now, with that being said, just going along the same lines of you get what you pay for, a lot of the content within the program is outdated. Now, that's not to say that there are updates that come every once in a while within the course, but within digital marketing, in the world of digital marketing, things constantly change, right? There are certain things that, they might have worked last week. They just as easily could have just something changed within Facebook where it doesn't work. Maybe a specific prospecting method, a specific way of running the ads that is taught within the course. Because it is a lower level investment, it doesn't really make sense for the team behind, just $1,000 product to make consistent updates every single week. It's just not something that they would be able to sustain. So when you go through and let's say you're looking at an ad or you're looking at a specific method and you go to try to implement that method and it doesn't work, don't be surprised. Now, speaking on the topic of outdated prospecting, I think there are two main things that are missing within 30-day agency that are pretty big things that you need to have a successful business. And that is, number one, a way to find clients that are interested in what you have to offer. And number two, a sales process to actually turn them into a prospect, into an actually paying client. And there are only really a couple of methods within the program that at this point are outdated. You'll learn one thing called the curious student method, which it is no secret. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about it after Dan has, of course, created the system. But it's something that worked maybe 3 years ago. But at this point right now, if you go out and tell a business owner, right, like I'm gonna do some free work and then you can pay me down the road. On paper, it looks like a fantastic business model, but in actual practice and from my personal experience, I didn't really get much of anywhere with it. Now, of course, there are people that have seen massive success by using this method, but it's just something that I personally didn't see success with. And after talking to a lot of people, it's just something that's not really that scalable. Now, I'm gonna leave you with this analogy and we'll move on to the next point. But if you had the choice between, let's say you had heart problems, if you had the choice between a heart surgeon that could fix the problem and also just you'd have to pay them, or somebody that doesn't really have a lot of experience, they're gonna do it for free, which at the thought of it sounds probably a little bit sketchy to you, and they don't really have the best results. Which one are you gonna choose? Dramatic example, but I guess just the easiest way that I can put it into words right now. And then jumping into one of the last things that I don't really like about the program is a lack of support. Now, again, this just comes back to the point of really just getting what your money's worth. There was a couple of times I couldn't access the dashboard and I was kind of just like sent to the bottom of the line. There was a point where there was like 2 weeks I couldn't access it. I was emailing support, didn't really get the most out of it. And also I feel like there's a couple times where I asked questions within the group and the admins or Dan himself kind of belittled what I was saying and almost made me feel like I was stupid in a couple different ways. So it was just a couple experiences, nothing crazy, but it didn't really leave the best taste in my mouth. Jumping into our next point, should you buy it and who is this course for? So if you are someone that has done a little bit of research on social media marketing agency or digital marketing agency, and you understand that this is a very beginner course and you know nothing about it, then yeah, 100% jump into the program because it's going to give you that foundation and give you a very good understanding of some of the fundamentals that you need to know when you're building a digital marketing agency. And I think it could be for you. Also, are you somebody that understands that there is no such thing as a magic pill or a get rich quick scheme? This is not that in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter what kind of course you go through, you're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to, get off your butt or, pick up the phone, make some phone calls, and get uncomfortable in a lot of different ways to actually grow and see the success within your agency? And also, are you somebody that can hold yourself accountable? I mean, this is, again, just jumping into with that same point, but to be able to grow a business, whether it's digital marketing or an affiliate marketing agency or Amazon FBA or drop shipping or any of these other shiny objects that might come to you, do you understand that there needs to be work and you're gonna have to at some point hold yourself accountable? If not, I personally wouldn't suggest to jump in and spend the $1,000 because this could be something that you can save for something down the road because you won't be utilizing it that much. So if you are someone that actually wants to grow a digital marketing agency, if you are someone that understands these couple different points and you don't really know much about the digital marketing space, but want to, make a little bit of money, then jump into the program. And then jumping into the last point that we're gonna talk about is tips on if you do buy this program. Now, if you jump into the program, if you spend the $1,000, if you jump into 30-day agency, I would highly, highly, highly recommend to stay connected to the community as much as possible. Once you jump in, you'll be added to an exclusive Facebook group where, of course, you can mingle along with a lot of the people within the community. But just remember that all these other people are on the same journey and they're all pretty much in the same boat. So of course, use them for accountability, post things in there, post questions, but don't take it as like these people are experts, right? Because there are some people that have done a lot within their agencies within this program, but it's kind of just like the whole idea of the blind leading the blind. So use it more for accountability and keeping yourself accountable, and find an accountability partner if that's possible within the group. Another tip would be watch the content multiple times and actually implement along the process. One of the biggest things that most people struggle with is getting stuck in this learning mode, learning, watching, going about these videos and just learning the content, but they're not actually implementing it, right? Like you can learn as much as you want, but if you don't actually put it into action, put it into the actual process and go out there and try to get clients, then, for obvious reasons, you're not going to make any money with this program. And with that being said, like you also need to understand that this program is not going to help you get to, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month if that's something that you want to do within your agency. So you need to actively look to grow, right? Like this is just a stepping stone for you. First $1,000, within my agency, I've probably spent over $30,000 in courses, mentorship, coaching, and softwares and things like that to grow the agency. So you just need to understand that you always want to constantly be growing, constantly be learning. But with that being said, don't fall in the trap of just being in the learning mode. And I guess the last tip that we can look at, it goes along with those last two, but making sure that you understand that you need to learn sales and you need to learn prospecting as much as possible, and maybe looking outside of the group for that. Again, the curious student method might have worked a couple of years ago, but right now business owners are a lot smarter. They're used to seeing this kind of thing. And the other prospecting that's mentioned within the course, like prospecting on Groupon, completely outdated. Things like going to Facebook groups. If you even go to these Facebook groups, there's more marketers in these groups than actual dentists or real estate agents or chiropractors and things like that. And then just one last tip out of just kind of the blue as I'm saying that is make sure to look at industries and niches outside of the ones that are recommended, right? I think within the course, it's like real estate, chiropractors, dentists, all these ones that are being bombarded by not only everybody in this course, but from all the other courses and from the free YouTube content. Think outside of the box. Think about, industries that might not be targeted or might not be talked to as much because, again, the ones that are recommended within this video and they're recommended within this course are going to be basically hit up by all the same people. There you have it, guys, my honest review of 30-Day Agency by Dan Henry. Please, again, like I said, this is my own experience. This is how I went through the course. This is what I saw out of it. I know that, when it comes to getting the fundamentals and getting the very bare basics of growing an agency, I got everything that I wanted out of it. As far as actually signing on clients that were willing to pay me and actually build a business from it, the free trials, the curious student, actually making money, I did not within the course. Now, as promised, if you're deciding to jump into the course or not, I want to give you guys a free resource. Down below, the first link in the description is a free Facebook group that is run by myself as well as a couple business partners. And all we do is make free content, right? We make content about, how to prospect, how to run sales, how to, do different things within your agency, all for completely free. Anyway, guys, my name is Aaron from Break the Internet. If you're not already subscribed, I highly recommend that you do so. Also click the notification bell right next to that to get notified every single time we upload a video on this channel about social media, digital marketing, consulting, all the different things that we're transitioning to. And of course, if you did like this video, leave a like. Also comment down below, are you in the program? Do you want to get into the 30-day agency? And of course, if you have any questions about growing an agency or anything about my journey within digital marketing. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time, and